There comes a point in life when solitude shifts from feeling like loneliness to offering a sense of freedom. As you grow older, you may start noticing signs that living alone could bring you more peace, joy, and contentment, compared to the constant activity of a shared home. If you've been contemplating this path, here are some signs that might indicate it's time to embrace the beauty of solo living. 1. You're ready for a fresh start. Living alone as an older person can symbolize the beginning of a new chapter. It offers the opportunity to reinvent yourself, free from long-standing routines or expectations. One man, age 67, shared how after his wife passed away, he realized he needed a change. He downsized, began taking art classes, and found the fresh start he was searching for. If you feel ready to explore new interests and leave behind old routines, living alone might provide the space you need to start anew. 2. You value peace and quiet more than ever. As people age, they often find themselves craving peace and quiet more than before. The constant noise and activity of others can become overwhelming, especially after years spent in a busy household. Margaret, a woman in her early 60s, shared how she loved her grandchildren, but the constant noise and energy drained her. When they left, she felt relieved, and that's when she knew she needed to live alone. If stillness brings you relief, it may be a sign you're ready to cultivate a peaceful environment for yourself. 3. You're ready for more control over your space and time. A common desire as people age is the need for more control over their environment and schedule. Maybe you've been sharing your home with family or a roommate, and while you love them, you're yearning to have full control over your day. A forum commenter, who moved into their own place at age 65, shared that living alone allowed them to dictate everything, from the smallest details like when to have dinner, to larger decisions like how to arrange their space. If you're longing for this kind of freedom, solo living might be the right choice. 4. You've outgrown the need to care for others full-time. After years spent as a caregiver for children, a spouse, or aging parents, you may feel it's time to focus on yourself. Many older adults reach a stage where they no longer want to take on the responsibility of looking after others. A woman on Reddit shared that after her husband passed, she realized she didn't want to become a caretaker again. She wanted time for herself, and living alone gave her the freedom to prioritize her own needs. 5. You enjoy your own company. As you grow older, you may find your own company more than enough. Whether you've developed hobbies, a love for reading, or simply enjoy quiet reflection, this might be a sign that solo living would suit you perfectly. A 70-year-old man wrote about his newfound passion for gardening, sharing how the peaceful rhythm of his day brought him fulfillment. If you find joy in spending time with yourself, living alone can provide the space to honor that solitude. 6. You have strong boundaries and prioritize your well-being. As people age, they often develop stronger boundaries and a clearer understanding of their needs. If you're no longer willing to sacrifice your well-being for the comfort of others, it might be time to live alone. Liz shared in an online video comment how living with her adult daughter and grandchildren began to infringe on her emotional well-being. She loved them but realized she needed her own space to maintain her peace. Solo living can create a sanctuary where your boundaries are respected. 7. You're craving minimalism and simplicity. As life progresses, the desire for a simpler, more manageable living situation often grows stronger. You may feel overwhelmed by the clutter or busyness of your current environment. One woman in her 70s embraced minimalism, sharing how she let go of possessions and relationships that no longer served her. Moving into her own space allowed her to live a more peaceful, intentional life. If this resonates with you, living alone might help you embrace a simpler lifestyle. 8. You're ready to make your own decisions without compromise. If you're tired of compromising after years of considering other people's needs and preferences, living alone can provide the freedom to make decisions entirely based on your own desires. One woman shared how she finally felt liberated after decades of compromise in her family life. Now she makes decisions about everything, from her home's decor to her daily routine, without having to negotiate. If you crave this kind of autonomy, living alone may be the right path. 9. You want to focus on personal growth and self-discovery. After spending years in roles like spouse, parent, or caregiver, many older people feel ready to explore who they are outside of those identities. Living alone allows for personal growth without the distractions or responsibilities that come with shared living. A woman in her late 60s rediscovered her love for painting once she began living alone, reconnecting with a part of herself she had neglected for years. If you're eager to focus on yourself, solo living could provide the ideal environment for self-discovery. 10. You're ready to create your own routine and embrace flexibility. Living alone gives you the freedom to structure your days as you see fit, without having to accommodate others' schedules. A man in his early 70s shared how living alone allowed him to set his own routine, which brought him great joy. If you find that sticking to your own pace is more fulfilling than adapting to someone else's, living alone can offer the flexibility to design a life that aligns perfectly with your preferences. 11. You want emotional independence. If you no longer rely on constant companionship for emotional support, and instead have developed the resilience to navigate your feelings on your own, this is a powerful sign that living alone could be right for you. A forum commenter shared how they used to feel emotionally dependent on their family's presence, but over time learned to find emotional strength within themselves. Solo living now brings them joy and peace. 12. You want to age on your own terms. Choosing to live alone in your later years doesn't mean isolation, it means having the freedom to make decisions about your life on your own terms. Many older people want to age in a space where they can choose when and how they receive help, without the constant presence of others. A man commented on a forum that living alone allowed him to maintain his independence while ensuring that when support was needed, he could ask for it on his own terms. Living alone as an older person can be a deeply fulfilling experience. If any of these signs resonate with you, it may be time to consider the freedom and peace that solo living can offer. Embrace this new chapter and trust that prioritizing your happiness and well-being is not only okay but essential. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more insights like this. Your support helps us reach more wonderful people like you.